Okay, so I just saw this clip from a podcast called The Morning After with Dr. Garth Fisher, one of the most respected plastic surgeons in Beverly Hills. And I was really surprised. I don't know if you've seen it online. I wanted to kind of dissect it. So here it is. Take a look. It's about losing a kidney when patients went abroad for different types of procedure. Let's get into it.
Last year, had three friends in their 40s, early 40s, a little bit overweight. They wanted to get gastric stapling.
Yeah.
They went to Turkey for gastric stapling, left on the same day, came back the same day, didn't tell anybody, these three girls. They came back the same day. About a month later, one of the girls went to Turkey. You know, one of them says, I have stomach ache, went to see her doctor. The doctor said, something's up with your stomach where they did the stapling. You need to go to an MRI. She went to get an MRI. Radiologist comes out and says, how long have you had one kidney? She says, I have two kidneys. She says, you have one kidney. Told the story, brought her other friends in there.
No.
The other friends came in. All three of them had their kidneys, one kidney removed going to Turkey, and the gastric stapling. And I actually got an attorney. I called Robert Shapiro. He won't mind me saying this.
Yeah.
I said, you need to help these girls. They lost their kidney in Turkey, all three of them. And the girls go, I don't want anybody to know I had gastric stapling. They didn't want to even go further with this. But it's like, it is.
And the kidneys for what, being sold?
Oh, yeah, those are valuable.
Yeah.
Those are valuable.
Yeah.
I'll give the surgery for free if I can get your kidney.
Yeah.
So be careful going out of the country because you don't know really what's going to happen. And, you know, there's great doctors here. Don't go looking for a price break. I mean, this is your face, this is your kidney, this is your whatever. And
It's not worth it.
you know, maybe wait. But it was a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that comes to my mind is like, wow, you know, when you hear something like that, especially from someone very well respected, such as Dr. Fisher, he's one of the greatest in the game. He's been around for a very long time. He knows what he's talking about. I find the story that he was telling me, I wish I was there to ask questions, you know what I mean? Because one hears that and you're like, wait a minute, how's that going to happen? You know what I mean? Maybe you'd have felt something. And I've never heard of a legitimate facility in the recovery phase for any type of gastric type of procedures, allowing patients to travel the next day. Just going from Los Angeles to Turkey was a really long flight. And for them to leave the next day after the procedure, I would think that they would be feeling horrible. They would be in some sort of recovery center if it was a legitimate facility and so on. So one would have to like get those details to really piece it all together and, you know, ask the correct questions to get a more well-informed answer as far as what really went on. But again, no disrespect to the Morning After podcast, nor to Dr. Fisher. I just found it to be very interesting to hear that when a lot of individuals have the ability to search online using different things, not just Google, but AI now to translate of the information that they see online to see if those doctors are obviously board certified in their practice, but also when you do this kind of research, you need to look up the facility that you're going to have your surgery in. A lot of folks don't even think about that. In the States, it's very commonplace to have a surgical suite in the back of the office or inside of their office there. But in countries, for example, like here in Colombia or in Turkey, most of them allow for these procedures to be performed in an ambulatory surgical center where there's anywhere from 2, 3 to 10 or 12, 15 different operating rooms where this is the only thing they perform in those particular centers. They have hospitalization, they have ER access, and so on and so forth, and a full team of individuals to help and support individuals that are performing these procedures. So I think that, again, for individuals that are going to be traveling abroad, because he did mention, you know, just stay in the United States, and I think that's what you're hearing a lot more of, especially with social media, is that most doctors in the United States will vote against it because of these kinds of stories. And they have every right to, obviously. This is something that has been a phenomenon that has occurred over the last 20 some odd years now, where individuals are seeking other opinions and different types of results when they go abroad. So we get that here a lot in Colombia. We hear a lot of individuals that are like, hey, you know, I went to consultations or doctors in the United States and I saw the results that they gave and I really wasn't a big fan of that. And they have a long laundry list of different reasons and they come to us. We have all of the board certified facilities, accredited, our teams, everything exactly the same, if not better in some cases than they have in the United States, and they leave here extremely happy. So it all depends on where you go and whom you're going to deal with. if you're looking into these kinds of procedures abroad, just make sure you do the research. And if you need help with the research, then you need to link up with the individuals that know how to do that and show you and give you the right information so you can make the best informed answer. Okay. So for any individuals that are interested in procedures, surgical procedures, and dental procedures here in Colombia, I am here to answer all of your questions, as we have all of the board certifications and accreditations that you can name off, and completely safe. So, hope you have a great day. Take care.